Well, hello, Gloria. How you doing, sweetie? Okay, I'm going to start now. Today is day 4 of my 30-day video challenge. Topic is going to be a time when I hit a brick wall mentally and what I did to overcome it. If you don't already know me, I'm Wendy and I'm from Tennessee. I hope everybody, it's a beautiful day here. I hope it's nice where you're from also. I would have to say it was probably the start of my genealogy journey. My maternal grandmother was 3/4 Potawatomi and Chippewa, with 1/4 Irish. But this was a big secret in the family, and it was never to be spoken about. And I would not really learn the family secret until the summer I turned 17. I spent a lot of time in the sun in the summer, and I got tanned very easily. This particular summer, these white spots started showing up all over my body. Concerned, my mom took me to the doctor. He said it was normal for mulatto people to get spots. My mom's first instinct was to say that I was not mixed. He told her I was mixed with something. I considered it being a mutt. But that's another story in itself. My grandmother would come up north and spend long periods of time with us. She said it was the Indian blood. That's what caused my spots. Then I remembered a picture I saw as a child while she was cleaning and I was at her house. It was a beautiful Native American woman in full dress. I asked my grandmother who that was, and she said it was her mother, my great-grandmother, on her wedding day. I will always remember how beautiful she was. The picture was from 1910. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. And it was enlarged from a tin type. I was also given the name Storm Breeze that day. Reason being, I was as strong as a storm and as gentle as a breeze. I will carry that name with pride. My grandmother passed from breast cancer before I had an opportunity to question her further. See the goosebumps? But one information I did have was her parents' name, Wapu Island, that she was the hunter of her family. She's the one that brought home the food. And they visited Bay City a lot when she was a child growing up. Her maiden name was changed from Tourou, Touroo, to Tourou, Toureau, to sound more French so they could attend a white school. And this was in 1912. She wasn't born until 1919, but her second oldest brother's birth certificate has both names with a name change. All children after him had the name spelled Tourou, Toureau. In about 1985, I went to the dentist because I was having some issues with my teeth, and I asked about the spots on the roof of my mouth. Again, I was told it was because I was mulatto. Well, that's all it took. I was on a mission. I wanted to know who I was. I first started calling relatives that I thought might still be alive. They didn't know anything about it, and if they did, they sure weren't going to talk about it. So I picked up the Bay City phone book one day, and I looked for the surname Tourou, Touroo. There was many different spellings of the name, and come to find out, we were all related. But there was only one that particular day that spelled it Touroo. I called that number and got a hold of a distant relative. She went by the name of Cookie. She was married to Donald Tourou. I had a few names now and stories that I could work with, but I had no idea where to look. I knew records for Native Americans were next to nil, but I went to Bay City, Canada, Wapu Island, Burton Historical Museum, searched these old records for hours and hours and years and years. I stomped old graveyards and did rubbings also. My brick wall was not being able to find the Irish woman from Ireland that married the Potawatomi chieftain. Her name was Sophia. That's all I could find on any information. I found her in 1870 census records, but no last name. It took me about 22 years to find her last name and the proof I needed to prove who she was. I did not stop. Even my girls remember doing the rubbings and visiting all the libraries. That Indian woman on her wedding day in that picture was Loretta Henry, born a Chippewa and married Charles Theroux, a Potawatomi Irish mix, both from Canada. I'd been able to go back at least 4 generations on both sides now. The name Itorokwe, short for Theroux, T-O-U-R-O-O, means raccoon in Native American. He was a Potawatomi chieftain from the Upper Peninsula, then a part of Canada. Now it's a part of Michigan. He signed many treaties. Sophia was brought from Ireland during the potato famine by her father, a baron from England. She and Itorokwe Moses was his known name that he also went by. They ran off to get married, and it was out of spite. She married him out of spite because her parents did not want her to have anything to do with him. She would later have a younger sister that also married a Theroux and settled on the east banks of Bay City, then a Native American community. Through persistence, stubbornness, and wanting to know who I was, whatever you want to call it, I never gave up. I spent most waking moments on research. There was no internet researching back then, not until about 2000 or so. Through trial and error and determination, I was able to crack and bring down that wall and give my grandmother's heritage back to her, and her generations to follow would know where they came from and who they were. Live life to its fullest and each and every moment. You only have one. Until next time, bye.